on the two phases of when it comes to like I said, I'm gonna get a little heavier. But you guys know about how I feel in terms of basically all of the LGBT stuff in the world on both sides of on both sides of the discussion, right? Like, you know that I am like a very strong supporter of people who are LGBT, but I'm also very strongly against having the shit crammed down everybody's throats and to just like leave these people alone and let them just be normal, regular people and stop trying to put them onto some monster-sized fucking pedestal and say, you know, worship this shit like that. I mean, I feel like I've been pretty clear by that. No, J10, no one said anything stupid. Don't worry about that. No, I saw this short and I was like, this kind of exemplifies the problem on both fucking sides. And I wanted to show it to you guys. Okay, this was a short I saw, like just before stream actually. And hang on, let me pull it up. So yeah, the caption says, why they mad he like women, not men. And this is like one of those, I guess like, YouTube shows where they have a whole bunch of women. It's like a quasi-dating thing where they have a whole bunch of women and then a guy comes out and you ask him questions, I guess, and then if he doesn't like their answers, doesn't want to date him, he pops the balloon. Some stupid thing like that. Well, watch the video. Okay, excellent. Let me pause the music real quick. Okay. Watch the video. You've seen this, Kaido, so you probably know exactly where you guys probably know exactly where I'm going on this. So watch this.
See, am I here?
Oh! Okay. So we saw, right? So this guy comes walking out and aggressively walks right over to this woman who is transgender and aggressively just obliterates her balloon. Yeah, like when he came out, he's supposed to be walking over here. He came out, went straight at her, revving, but he's not. He's being deliberately cool. And here's my, and bear in mind, let me actually shift over this way because the comments go off the fucking rails too. The comments are just as bad. First comment, you guys can't see it, says, took out all the red flags with one move. Brent popped one balloon because he's straight and ended up popping every red flag with one hit. That's talent. When you put 100 men, 100 trans women on the island, come back 100 years later, you'll find skeletons of 200 men. Fucking idiot. That was such a big brain move. It's funny how they support the group who's supposed to support everyone's sexuality and no one should be invalidated, yet when you're straight, blah, blah, blah. Satan himself a lot of arguments. Here's the problem. Exactly. That is my point. Both the video and these comments are fucking wrong. Both of them. And we are in a unique position where we can see both sides being fucking idiots. Both sides. Okay? Because if he had no interest in dating this woman because she is transgender, there's nothing wrong with that. Let me preface that right there. Where people are having a problem with it is, yeah, okay, this person is being disingenuous. Actually, I was trying to say it was both sides, but I'm not seeing a whole lot here that are basically on that one side, so unfortunately it's only on the other side. But this also quantifies how it's not just the quote-unquote woke that are assholes. You have the other side that are assholes here too. Because you know what? He could have, if he wanted to immediately, was there one further up? I'm sure there was like one But the majority of the people in this comment group are basically being assholes. There's a very simple way he could have done this and not actually been an asshole about it. He is deliberately being an asshole here. Odds and actually, he could have. If he if he came out and knew that she was transgender and he had no interest, he could have immediately walked up to her. And instead of being aggressive, like this was aggressive. Like he was offended at her. And it's almost like if he could, he would have knocked her out. That's kind of that was the impression I got with this pop. Watch how he does this.
Oh!
That level of aggression says to me, if he could do it and get away with it, he would have walked up to her and knocked her the fuck out. Simply for being transgender. That's a fucking problem. He could have gone up to her and walked right up to her, popped her balloon, but said to her, "I'm sorry, but I'm just not interested in someone that's transgender. I don't want to drag this out and hurt you and pop." He could have done that very easily. And it would have been a fair rejection because he is not interested in someone that's transgender, but it's not aggressive.
I think the issue is there is no right move on this scenario. Either way, there's gonna be offense. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Cheer 100.
Revan, I'm gonna disagree. Are there people like the reading idiots that will get offended no matter what? Yes, there is. But he could have been respectful to her. He could have treated her like a person instead of basically being hyper fucking aggressive to her. And probably the way he did it, if I was standing in this woman's position, I would not have even stand there. If the way he popped the balloon, I would immediately walk right the fuck out because I would be worried that he might actually try and punch me. Because look at his body movement. Okay? Look at his body movement.
Oh!
And then all the women popping their balloons immediately after? Why? Because unlike what they're saying, like, bro pop one balloon because he's straight, ended up popping every red flag with one hit. No. They popped their balloons because he instantly became a red flag. You want to know why they all started popping the balloons? I'm sure some of them were kind of doing it as a solidarity. Yeah, except for like these two here. I'm sure some of them were doing it in solidarity. Me? If I was one of these other women and he came up and did that, I would have popped the balloon because this man is hyper fucking aggressive and I have zero interest in getting involved with anybody this fucking aggressive out of the fucking gate. I would have zero interest in even being around someone this blatantly disrespectful and this aggressive where I would legitimately be concerned he might try and knock me out. For no reason other than existing. Bearing in mind, she's just standing there, didn't say a word to him, and he came up and did this super aggressive move. For no reason other than she existed. So, oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, Bobcat. What? Nothing aggressive from the guy? I want you to watch this again. I want you to watch his body movements, please. Watch his body movements, Bobcat.
See, my here.
Oh!
You're gonna tell me that wasn't aggressive, Bobcat? That his movement was not aggressive? No, I'm sorry. I may hard disagree with you on that one. That was nothing but aggression. I'm sorry. Yeah, this was deliberate. This was intentional, and this was a deliberate showcase of aggression. He was making a statement with that. I don't. You can, if you want to feel that it was not, you can, but I'm sorry.
I get
that
what
was
you mean,
pretty
Ember,
blatant.
but even if he was respectful they would have popped anyway. Logic is no longer existent. Cheer 100.
Raven, I appreciate that. I do appreciate that there will be people like that. I absolutely do. Because we are in an age where you're not pleasing everybody and people will fucking rave for everything. I absolutely agree with that. But it's the people that are rational thinking like us that, now, not the ream fucking morons that spend our terminally online. And that's why I said, if he had just walked up to her and said, "I'm sorry, I'm just not into, I just have no interest in dating a transgender woman. I'm sorry," and then just popped. And just basically was respectful. Yes, people, even if he was respectful about it, people would have still read he's being transphobic, blah, blah, blah. Yes, there are always going to be those people. This? I'm sorry, I'm not sucking this. I'm flat out calling this out. This was a dick move. She is a dick.
Cheer 100. Question of the hour. Was he even aware that she was transgender?
Yes, Leo. My guess is you could probably, we can't see very well, and Sanguine, thank you. We don't have a great view because this short is kind of small. We never really get a close-up on her face. My guess is her face has characteristics where he could tell she was transgender. Depending upon the individual, uh, it's possible he could have been told that she was. My guess is he probably, when, he was obviously able to see her much more clearly than we can from a distance, so he could probably just tell by her features. Let me see if we get a good one of her facing the camera here. We don't get a good one of her facing the camera, but you can tell, or not you can tell. So you could probably just tell based on her facial features. There's some transgender women that, unfortunately, yes, it is quite clear out of the gate that they are indeed transgender just because of their facial structure and their facial features. That is my guess, is he probably was able to tell as soon as he walked out. Or he was informed, either or. Either or. Yeah, let's see. I have friends who are trans and a couple have asked me about dating them. I nicely said that I was more than willing to spend time with him to be friends, but was not interested in dating. Shadows, that is the 100% absolutely correct response.
Be the kind, respectful person Mr. Rogers believes you to be. It costs nothing.
Yes, exactly, Rygat. And yeah, Shadows, that is the absolutely correct response. Is you are my friends. I enjoy spending time with you. I'm sorry I don't have any interest in dating you. That is exactly the correct way to do it. Treat them like a human being. Well, yeah, you have the people assuming natural masculine of knowing women are trans. Yeah, I mean, it is a whole fucking thing. It is indeed a whole thing. But that's just something that I've wanted to... I wanted to show you guys this because I talk a lot about the woke shit. We talk a lot about the woke stuff, the DEI stuff, like the whole thing with the LA wildfires and the huge DEI issues of that. I wanted to bring up I saw this and I thought I need to bring this up because I also hate the other side of this equation too. This specific, like this kind of thing as well. When I see bullshit like this on the other side of the equation, I'm calling it the fuck out. And I'm calling this the fuck out. This guy is a transphobic asshole. He probably would love to knock this woman out.
Choo choo cheer 300.
Thank you, Choo 10. So that's why I wanted to bring it up. Because we talk about the one so much. I wanted to bring up the other when now that it's presented to me, to basically show that this is not simply a one-sided thing that people make it out to be.
Respect these days means nothing since people have no self-respect anymore. Showing respect tells people you can be walked on, so I can see why he chose his reaction, not saying I agree, but I can see why. Cheer 100.
Brandon, I'm actually gonna disagree with that. Showing respect doesn't tell people that you can be walked on, because respect is earned. Respect can also be immediately removed. So I'm 100%. I'm 100%. You should be respectful to someone. The minute they take that respectfulness and step on it, that's when you stop being respectful. So I am going to disagree that, the whole thing of showing respect tells people that you will walk on.
I might be
and that's why I chose this reaction
right
no.
now, but I'm gonna notice when someone from my chat drops 4,000 biddies on me.
Cheer 1000. The problem with modern issues is that you can't stay in the middle ground. Trying to do so only results in both sides accusing you of supporting their opposition.
Yeah. But Leo, guess what? I'm still gonna do it, 'cause I don't fucking care if one side or the other side says I'm supportive of the opposition. I don't fucking care. Why? Because I have my own goddamn brain. I have my own brain, I have my own opinions, and they're not going to 100% mesh with anything. With either the extreme one side or the extreme other side, which are the loudest voices. So I do not fucking care. And, hang on, where's that, promising me aggressiveness to a balloon means instant assumption of possible physical aggression. 504? I'm sorry, it's the full body language with the way he did this. His body language speaks volumes on that. It does. There's no other way to look at it. He wasn't being joking, he was out making a fucking statement. And, who is it that asked? Mike, I heard something about, like, the mayor was dodging questions while she was trying to get on a private plane or something.
Cheer 100 was in the shower. What did I miss?
How big it was worth just the thing with talking about, like, the LGBT stuff, where we're looking at it from the other side now and how they're also assholes. I might actually post this part on YouTube so you'll be able to see it there. Alan, I don't think he's being aggressive to make all of the other women fear him. He was doing it to make a statement.
I will always approach with respect at first. If the other party decides to reciprocate disrespectfully, I will adjust AC accordingly. Cheer 100.
And J10, I agree. That's the correct way you do it. Approach a situation with respect. And if that respect is not reciprocated, you can always revoke said respect if necessary. It's not that hard.